It's Travis Keys.
Hey guys. Of course, I'm gay. So.
Now you said it. Now you said it.
See what?
You said black girl.
Burn to the ground.
No, shut the fuck up, Rich. Let me talk.
You shut the fuck. Don't you fucking tell me to my face to shut the fuck up.
It's Travis, since you are gay.
I'm not just the gay guy. You know what I'm saying?
Travis Keys went from producing and hosting a small-time right-wing podcast to having a full-blown meltdown after being accused of being a token gay. To understand what led up to this, we must understand Travis and his podcast. In his bio, Travis would describe himself as the type of guy to look for your diamond ring in dog poop cause the cat ate it. Whatever the hell that means. Side Scrollers podcast was founded by Stetter and Craig, who's an infamous figure himself, and this seems to be his latest grift. Side Scrollers itself was a gaming channel set out to change the world and wanted to stay apolitical.
Well, this is going to be really exciting because we have one goal, and it is to change the video game world. That's the idea. It's a very small goal, but it's something I think that we can all accomplish.
It's a noble goal.
That's right. Again, we go back to the number one rule, which what makes Side Scrollers so dramatically different than every other piece of video game media in history is that no politics. No politics. Politics checked at the door, which is something that I'm very, very excited about.
Me too.
That apolitical streak would end on their second episode as they would have a guest on known for a political controversy. Their second guest on the podcast would be someone who was fired from their game industry job due to transphobic tweets. Travis would take this moment to point out that he's considered an outcast in the LGBT community due to his transphobic views.
Right. Well, you know, we are a group of outcasts here, Kara. So you are absolutely welcome to our little.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: you're not the only person who's been called transphobic. So have I, and I'm gay. So.
And this would become a pattern with Travis and the podcast to bring up his sexuality whenever it was politically convenient.
Me being gay is not my own. I'm not just the gay guy. You know what I'm saying? That there's much more things about me than me being gay, you know. And I'm gay, so I'm gay. So and I'm gay. So
since Travis, since you are gay, you know, they clearly have major issues with you being gay.
The podcast itself would quickly devolve into focusing on outrage culture and media and the gaming industry. One particular instance of this would be when the podcast focused on a game called Turfenstein, a game obviously there to be rage bait for publicity. And for those who do not know what TERF is, it's a derogatory term to describe trans exclusionary radical feminists.
Can I just say that the name TERF?
That's way worse.
Right. Just
I already
the name.
That just
exactly.
Just made the game sound even worse.
TERF is the equivalent to calling somebody gay. Seriously.
The problem is the people with mental health that actually do play that game or read the info and be like, oh man, this is the game. I wanna live out my fantasies through this game. All right, I played the game. That's not even enough. Now I need to actually go do this.
You know what the irony of what you just said, Trav, is that like we're probably going to get flagged for you saying that.
Yeah, and
you,
I'm
a gay man saying that.
I thought about that actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
sad.
Like I want to be really clear. Literally everybody is welcome on this show. Right? That you will never tell us if you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace. No, everybody is welcome on Side Scrollers.
Travis would indicate some self-loathing about his sexuality and the community surrounding the LGBT supporting each other. His argument is saying that since being gay is more widely accepted, there's no point in supporting each other.
When I was growing up, I didn't want to be gay, right? So the last thing I wanted to be was gay. I wanted to be normal. Why is that? Because I'm being bombarded all the time, you know, with F words and stuff like that. So it's like, why would anybody choose to be ostracized? Well, they're not being ostracized anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now we'll celebrate you, which it used to be an inter-community thing. You know, when you come out or you're trans or whatever, and you come into the LGBT whatever community, and people welcome you in. Well, that was because you used to face so many struggles and all that you needed that support. Well, now it's not that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody is being a part of the community. So if you're not ostracized, what do you need that extra support for?
To understand the hypocrisy of side-scrollers and Travis, you must know about their most popular stream when they interviewed darksydephil. darksydephil is a notorious lolcow known for his begging for his mobile game addiction. In this specific instance, they would be interviewing him and criticizing him for a racist joke he made.
All right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling her right off for profit. Right, she's too valuable to escape. She's worth lots of money.
That's
Okay.
fucked up.
Okay, what do you think the joke was there? I'm just curious. What do you think I was trying to joke about?
That you're selling that girl to the slave trade.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like, and that's pretty fucked up.
Okay. Is it a joke that's acceptable by today's standards? By 80% of people, probably not. I agree with you.
Do you think that's a joke? Like, do you think that's a joke acceptable by any standards? I don't.
Even a decade ago, 2
Right.
decades ago, 3 decades
Like,
ago.
And
I
and
think-
it's like, I just want to hear your thoughts on that, because I think there's edgy content, then there's inappropriate content. You have to be able to bite your tongue at sometimes, and you need to know better. You said it yourself, the switch was flipped, and I understand that. I totally understand. I am very forgiving of mistakes, right? But when there's a pattern of these things that go back over the course of time, like, it's no longer a mistake. It's a continuation.
It just feels like a big leap from going from a sheriff who is like trying to kill people to seeing a little black girl and thinking a slave trade. You know what I mean?
now you said it. Now you said it.
See
You said
what?
you said black girl.
It was
That-
on
That's
screen.
correct. That's correct. And herein lies the problem.
What?
I didn't think that. In my
It doesn't
mind,
matter. It doesn't
You're
matter.
right. You're right. You're right. I agree with you. But in my mind, I didn't even see that. I didn't think that. That's,
Okay.
the joke was, this is a scumbag sheriff. He's literally lying to everyone. If he's going to traffic someone for profit, I wouldn't be shocked. It wasn't, she's a black girl going to the slave trade. And that's stupid of me. Why the hell did I not make that connection in my head? Because I'm stupid.
Okay.
I admit that. I'm dumb.
I don't know if I believe that.
You don't have to. That's fine.
Okay.
You don't have to believe me. I can't make you believe me.
A few months after their interview with darksydephil, they would have Melonie Mac on their show. I didn't know who this was, but I gathered 2 things about her. She loves eating butter, so much so that she has a statue of a stick of butter in her background, and she's extremely homophobic, which you can see why that might be an issue with Travis on the show.
And I'm gay, so
While on the show, they wouldn't address any of their concerns about her homophobia, unlike what they did with Phil. Shortly after the show, she would celebrate that a church that celebrated Pride Month would burn down, and she would make a video about it.
Burn to the ground. Burned to the ground. Woo! That is powerful. People in the comments are like, whoa, wait, what? Struck by lightning. God will not be mocked. And some people, you could tell some people who've never cracked open a Bible before, they're replying to this and being like, oh, why would a Christian be laughing or celebrating about a church getting burned to the ground? It's like, have you ever opened a Bible in your life, bro? False churches, false teachers, false prophets. These are in the Bible time and time and time again. And what people forget, who are not a part of the faith, is we follow Jesus Christ. Get wrecked!
She would then react to a meme she had made and posted to her Twitter.
We know what God's capable of, right? If God wanted to kill every one of them, he would have. But God is merciful. And they got the warning shot in this case, so they're okay.
Since side-scrollers did not grill Melonie Mac at all, this would bring the attention of Review Tech USA, another lolcow. Review Tech USA is particularly known for having cucumbers and taking off his clothes while on stream. Would criticize the cast of side-scrollers, specifically Travis, and eventually call him a token gay.
And if you're going to defend what she said and not in any way disavow it, and then make excuses for not asking tough questions, you're clowns. Adam, you're a clown. Craig, you're a clown. Blabs, you're a clown. And the others, I can never remember the guy with the beard's name. especially now that I found that he's gay. Dude, really? Do you have any self-respect? Travis. Respect yourself, dude. You looked at that video. Didn't he say, how could you not tell it's a joke? Where's the joke? Where?
Melonie Mac would then go on to say the F slur multiple times on Twitter in reaction to XQC getting a contract for a lot of money, when in the past he had said the F slur. Side scrollers would then have Melonie Mac back on for a second show and play it off as she was just joking and was criticizing censorship on their internet.
Like you said, authenticity, right?
Mhm.
The idea that we can say things on Rumble that we can't say on YouTube, because YouTube, the overlords, feel that that doesn't toe the line. That is something that you can't, like, that is straight up censorship, straight up censorship, and people want to be able to hear this. Everybody's thinking it. Everybody's thinking it.
Yeah.
They just want to hear it and reinforce it.
It's strange to me. I used to think that companies wanted neutrality, and now they almost want social justice warriors rather than neutral people. And it's very odd to me that they want that, because I remember being on YouTube back in the day where you couldn't say a fucking word about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or about certain things, let's say.
I think that
It was after the first adpocalypse. My new.
So I have a tough question, Craig. You said jokes are jokes, but when Phil made that dark joke about slavery, you and Adam punched down on him. No, to be clear, we weren't punching down at all. We were punching straight ahead, and that wasn't that. The joke wasn't about slavery. It was about child trafficking.
And he denied it.
Yeah, right. That's the biggest thing. Is he's like, "What's the joke? There's no joke there. I don't even understand what like." He kind of played ignorant to it. So he says, but Melonie made a dark joke also. What's the difference? Look, people are going to get offended by jokes, right? I think, the thing with DSP was he made a joke that
stupid.
Well, right. People like, out of that entire interview, that's the one thing that I look back on. I'm like, that could have been handled differently, right? But I do think it's important to ask people about those things. Like, I'm going to ask Melonie Mac. Hey, Melonie Mac, you had a tweet recently that you got suspended for, where you used language that is deemed unacceptable today by the internet. Melonie, please tell us about that situation and why you're a bad person.
Okay. When I make these kinds of jokes, it's very broad. It's very, hey, let's laugh at this. It's just words, but at any point, if you look at my jokes, you'll find that it's never malicious intentions. It's never directed at somebody specifically. It's just for fun. And I want the internet to be fun again, like it used to be, where it was just a lot more carefree. You can make these jokes and people will laugh at it or not laugh at it or move on with their day. But at the end of the day, just not make such a huge deal over things and not take things so serious.
You mean jokes like...
Travis would take this moment to call out Review Tech USA and then also bring up a past moment where Review Tech used the F slur himself.
You mean jokes like this?
Very pro LGBTQ and always have been.
I don't know, man, but you are such a fucking loser.
Gay.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, like that.
Like that one.
Oh, and that's what he said. Was his response to me was that I'm very pro LGBTQ and always have been. Well, you are when it's convenient to you, Rich. Because I went back into your content and I did that on purpose. I even told you I was going to do that. And I noticed something. Every time that you say you're pro gay people or LGBTQ, you use it to attack somebody right after that. Isn't that weird? You don't just, support gay people. You support them and then attack somebody.
These back and forths between Review Tech USA and Side Scrollers would eventually lead to a confrontation on one show that is now deleted on Side Scrollers YouTube. The show would devolve into Review Tech USA screaming that Travis was a token gay, Travis calling Review Tech homophobic, and then Craig bringing himself into it and muting Review Tech USA at one point after telling him to shut up.
I'm
Doing
just
good,
wondering,
okay.
How was what you said not homophobic? about
What
me
did I
being
say
a
that-
token gay and dismissing my opinion
because they could
I'm a
use you on
token.
because they could use you on the show saying, "Hey, we're not homophobic, even though we said something homophobic. Look, we have a gay guy here." They did the same thing with Milo Yiannopoulos, dude, and all the other shit too.
That would be right if I was a
Come on.
guest on the show, not a host, dumbass. I've been on the show since it started.
How does that make a difference, dumbass?
We weren't
if you're on the
starting.
show, you're a crutch that can be used.
Right.
Come on.
I asked Craig to be on the show. Craig didn't ask me, first of all. So get your facts right. So if I was going
what does that make a difference with
that
what
makes a huge difference. It's about intent. Being somebody's token has intent behind it, okay? So I'm being used, that implies. So my opinion doesn't matter. That's what a token is. So when you say a gay man is just a token gay because you disagree
Don't
with
try
his
to flip it
opinion,
in that's something homophobic that I'm saying. Stop
Rich,
it.
It is homophobic.
How?
What were we talking about, Rich?
How?
What were we talking about? What was the subject we were talking about?
What was the subject we were talking about? Refresh me.
Homophobia, right?
Yeah. You had Melonie Mac. Here's the thing.
Wait. Whose opinion should matter more? A gay guy or you? So when you dismiss my opinion by calling me a token,
you're one person in the community, dude.
Exactly.
You're
I'm the only
person
I
in
was
the
the only.
community.
I was the only
You're
person
not
talking.
speaking for everybody.
I was
just
the
like
only
I don't
person
speak
talking.
for everybody.
I was the only person talking, Rich. So if I'm the only person talking who happens to be gay, the only person you have available that happens to be gay talking about this issue right then, and you dismiss my opinion and call me a token gay, it's homophobic. And if you don't see it, you're stupid.
It's just amazing to me how like all of your noses are up Melonie Mac's ass, and when DSP was on, because you read the room right, you all had your metaphorical pistols out with fully loaded clips ready to point them at him.
You know what?
What's the difference?
You know what it was?
What was it? What was it?
DSP's a liar. She wasn't lying.
What?
Rich. She wasn't lying.
Rich, how many people? I said this before. I don't know if
she wasn't lying. Okay.
What'd she lie about, Rich? What'd she lie about? Name one thing.
So why didn't you ask Melonie Mac about what her whole brand is about indoctrinating people into her? She has a Discord where she indoctrinates people into her fucking with pastors into her thing. I could save you from the gay. Is that okay, Travis? Is that okay that she says the gay people are going to burn in hell, but I have a gay friend and I gave him the biggest hug. She said that in the video. Is that okay, Travis? Are you mad at her? Are you mad at her that she thinks that your soul is going to be eternally tormented?
If we were talking to FouseyTube and his dad came on the show and gave his opinion on FouseyTube, would you tell him he's a token dad? You stupid fuck.
Oh my God, that's not even the same, dude.
It is the exact same fucking thing. I was the only gay person there talking about it. Did you bring on a gay person to your show to say the opposite opinion?
Rich, when was the last time you brought anybody but a white straight male on your show?
Did you ask me to come on the show and talk about it since I was the token? Why would you insult the only gay person that's talking about that subject? That's homophobic.
Why don't we get more than one gay person in the room and see what their opinion on Melonie Mac is?
It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what
it doesn't
I think.
Matter. It only matters what you.
It matters
the
what
one
I
gay
think about
person
what you said to
on a
me.
super conservative fucking show hiding as a gaming show means. Yes, you are the only opinion that matters.
It's about
you're the only one. You're the only gay person's opinion that matters. When you have a homophobic woman on the show that you won't ask about the homophobia, you are the only person that matters. You're right.
I didn't say I was the only person that matters. I said I was the only.
You're saying right. I'm the gay person that was in this chat.
Available at the time. Listen, use your ears. Available.
Use your ears too.
Did you ask me on your show? No. Did you have a gay person on your show to get their view? No. So the only gay person that gave their view, you dismissed and then insulted. And if that ain't homophobic, you're stupid.
So you don't interview guests then? You don't ask them about their history and what they've done as YouTubers?
No, we don't bombard them with all.
So you're a pretty fucking boring. You're a pretty fucking boring show then. If you're just looking to kiss people's asses that come on your show.
You go and insult people when they're the only people available talking about the subject that you're talking about when they are that person. So what's your show about, you dumbass?
Rich, you literally watch our show. For a show that's so fucking boring, you do reaction clips to it every fucking night. We can't be that fucking boring.
Go through my streams right now. Hey, Jay, I should call him right now. Jay,
Dude,
we do nothing but talk about stuttering Craig. We do nothing at all.
You stopped after I started commenting that you were being homophobic.
No, yeah, yes, because Travis, I'm petrified of you. That's why I stopped. Because I'm totally not going to talk about this on my stream tonight. Because I'm petrified of you.
Isn't that weird? It was the next day. The next day you stopped talking about us, huh?
Oh, get lost, man. I'll tell you, you're a fucking asshole. I'll say it right to your stupid fucking hypocritical face.
Okay.
Get lost. Get lost.
Cool.
Wait, so
get lost. Go have another homophobic woman on who shits on you and then praise her for doing it. Why? Why? Why did you let her do that to you? Why was that okay?
More homophobia will come out of his mouth here in a minute.
It's good, dude. All right, I gotta go. You're saying that you had a woman on who is telling gay people that she applauded a church being burnt to the ground, but because I said the F slur one time, and it's literally been the last time I said it, it's 2016. I am the homophobe.
No,
I am the homophobe. This is why I did it. All right.
Not what I was talking about.
What were you talking about then?
About it all. I said, let him keep talking because at some point you'll belittle me again and my opinion as a gay man when, again, we're talking about homophobia. So I would think I would have a little more credibility than you, who's never faced prejudice in your life for being a straight man, right?
When was the last time I asked who you fucked?
No, but never.
Have I?
I don't care did I ask him who he fucked? I don't give a fuck who he fucked. I don't give a fuck who you fuck. Rich. You shouldn't give a fuck who I fuck. So long as it's two consenting adults, why do you care?
You're right. Which is why there was no subject about that at all when it was, hey, Trav, you want to be a part of the show? Zero discussion about it. Because it doesn't matter. You're the one making it an issue. It's never been discussed once. Travis has a unique perspective because he's the only gay. Shut the fuck up, Rich. Let me talk.
You shut the fuck. Don't you fucking tell me to my face to shut the fuck up.
Watch how quickly I can mute him. All right. And he's going to drop. Just let him go. All right. Rich, are you ready? Are you ready to listen?
Please tell me.
Rich, I brought Travis on the show because I like Travis. I like him as a person. At no point has his sexuality ever been an issue, ever been talked about once. Since Travis, you are gay, you know, they clearly have major issues with you being gay.
Me being gay is not my own. I'm not just the gay guy, and I'm gay. So
you had someone on the show is an awful fucking person by her own video evidence, and Rich. You sat so.
It's homophobic, Rich. It is.
Okay, it's dude. Okay, you're. I'm not sitting here going in circles with you. I'm literally out and about. Have a great day. Jesus fucking Christ.
God, he's really stupid. I didn't think he was that stupid when we had an interview with him, but apparently he was that stupid.
I would just like to.
After that disaster of a show, Review Tech would stream that evening discussing what had happened, and of course, he would take off his clothes. Travis would eventually show up, and it would be another disaster.
Okay, let me just say this right off the bat. We're going to have a civil conversation right now. There's going to be no yelling. The second anyone yells, I will end the stream. I'm being dead serious. Let's just talk this through and get answers. That's all we want to do, dude.
So when did I become a token? Let's discuss that. Was it when I got hired for the show? Because I asked Craig to be on the show. He didn't ask me to be on the show. So was I a token then? Or when did I become a token? When I said something you disagreed with? Or when I didn't take offense to what Melonie said?
It's not even about taking offense to
I meant no, answer my question. When did I become a token?
You became a token by the fact that you're sitting there and just yesing someone to death who wants to see you burn in hell.
I didn't yes anybody to death. I just didn't attack her.
You didn't have to attack her. You could put her to task like Joe Rogan puts us to task. It's a very simple thing.
That's not my job. That's Craig's job on the stream, first of all. But
so what's your job to do? To stare at the wall?
I'm the producer, sir. First of all,
now all of a sudden you're a producer.
Now you're a
I bet
producer. You're a producer.
Watch our intro. Watch our intro.
Okay,
Producer
but
extraordinaire.
you can't be a producer when you're sitting on this.
Let's go to the definition of
Oh,
tokenism.
wait. Let's not move. No, hang on.
No.
We're
You
not-
are
hang
on
a
the
second.
show with the
Okay,
mic
cool.
in front of you.
Cool.
You are on the show with the mic in front of you.
Do you guys know what the definition is?
No. Just stop for a second, dude.
Well, if you're going to say somebody's a token, you might want to know what it is. So I'd like to hear what you think
we're not,
it,
we're
what
not
it
gonna
is.
doesn't
let-
matter
we're
that you
not,
asked to
hang
be
on,
on
hang
the
on. We're
show.
not going to let you do what you did to Rich on the show today. We want you to answer it for real because you.
I just
still,
answered your question.
So you're a legitimate fucking answer to this is that it did not bother you whatsoever that Melonie Mac, who wants to see you fucking dead, came on your show, which you are a fucking host on, and you didn't bother. It doesn't bother you whatsoever.
Is that what Melanie said?
You're a producer, right? Your job is to like kind of vet the guests and
Did
look
Melanie
through
say
stuff.
she wants me dead?
Not
she
you directly.
She wants your entire community to burn in hell because you have your sexual
yeah.
preference. yes.
Burn in hell is not dead, guys. That's a religious belief. That's a faith. That's her faith. I don't. No, let me finish.
So wait, hold
don't
on.
interrupt me. Let me
Hey,
finish
let
my
him-
thought.
let him-
I got a
Let me
question.
finish my
Let him
thought.
finish.
Okay.
Let him
okay,
finish.
Okay.
That's
okay,
a faith.
Okay.
That's a belief. Her belief system has nothing to do with me. I don't happen to believe that I'm going to burn in hell. So that if you take that as a threat, it's not a threat to me.
I never
okay?
said it was a threat, but why would
well,
you
I
ask
don't
her?
take it as something against me because I don't prescribe to that notion. Okay.
But
so and that's between her and God. If she believes that, okay, in her faith, that's why it's faith. It's because it's faith. What is the definition of tokenism? And don't look it up.
You sitting there being the marker that allows people to say things because, hey, I have someone here who represents that community. You were
Okay,
there.
can I read it to you now?
Sure, go ahead and read it to me.
The practice of making only a perfunctory or symbolic effort to do a particular thing, especially by recruiting a small number of people from underrepresented groups in order to give the appearance of sexual or racial equality within a workforce. Now, again, I asked Craig. I asked Craig. No,
that's
it's not.
you. Yes, it is.
No,
100%.
let me explain. I asked Craig to be on the show. Craig didn't ask me. Okay, I asked him.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does
if
matter.
Craig rolled out a carpet for you and fucking served you dinner, it doesn't
especially
matter.
by recruiting a small number. He did not recruit me. Okay, I asked him to be on the show. Okay, now let's go to the simple.
But what does
the
that
simple
matter?
word form of it.
Hang on.
The practice of doing something such as hiring a person who belongs to a minority group only to prevent criticism and give the appearance of people being treated fairly. Again, I asked to be on the show.
It doesn't matter. Craig was probably licking his chops. He's like, yeah. So now
Actually,
we can have
no.
this
He
deflection.
refused me at first. Thank you. In order to be a token on a show, he has to, what was the words again? Recruit a small number of people. I happened to be on the show that day when that was the topic, and that happened to be my opinion. I'm not on the show as the gay man. That's what makes you homophobic. It doesn't bother me his opinion.
Okay.
I'm pointing out his hypocrisy.
It bothers you because your inflection tells it all. But continue.
What bothers me is that you're so stupid you can't understand the simple
don't
concept
tell me about
of it.
being stupid when you're on an in disguise right-wing podcast that they teach things that basically hate your community, that the trans community and gay community are trying to indoctrinate kids.
Our show
Are they,
does
Travis?
that. Our show does
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Dude.
Hey, buddy, why don't you control your dog like you said you were going to at the beginning of the stream?
Control your dog? What the fuck are you talking about?
He demanded that I behave.
Well, I thought we'd be able to.
I thought we'd
behave
behave too, but, Rich can't shut his fucking mouth but insult me some more.
Because you're an idiot.
And you're a fat ass. Okay, here we are.
You're an idiot
You're a
who
fat
lets
idiot.
homophobic.
Yeah, okay.
I think you're
Okay.
a dumbass bitch. So
And I think I think you're riding the coattails.
Hey,
and I like the
fucker,
you're riding the
a dumb
coattails.
cunt. You're a dumb cunt.
Gay.
Bitch.
You're a fucking idiot who likes to get people to steamroll him because you have
know
no
what?
self-respect.
You're a grifter who only talks about
I am
this
a
shit
grifter.
when you can
I am
get
a grifter.
attention. Why
Craig
did
is
you
an
talk about
asshole.
it today, Rich?
Me saying token gay guy to a guy who's acted like a token gay guy is homophobic, but
Yeah,
a woman
somehow.
who's forced
He left.
LGBT indoctrination.
He left because we're about to get him on that one.
Yeah, Travis, go back to your fucking failed podcast with the washed up fucking YouTuber. Good luck with that one. I'll have more viewership than you get with views on a video, you fucking losers.
After these two meltdowns, Travis would appear on the show to debate someone on why he thought it was just a joke, and also defend himself why he did not call out Melonie Mac's homophobia.
And this is the point where I don't understand why you sat there and were just fine with this point. Because I can tell you that what she's doing is not a joke at all, because she broke down the church or the scripture right after making this joke in quotations. We'll say right here.
Before we play this, joke may have been a bad word, okay, but it was pointing out. Let me finish. It was pointing out irony. Irony is a form of humor, and you can disagree with me whether it's a joke or not, but pointing out irony is a form of humor.
But this wasn't ironic. She believes in it. This is not irony. This is in the Bible. They believe homophobia or homo.
You can disagree with me all day.
Homosexual. I'm not discouraging you.
No, I said disagree with me all day.
Homosexuality is an abomination. That's what they say in the Bible. This is not ironic or irony. Okay, but that's
how does her faith affect me? How does her faith, her personal belief?
It does. You're gonna tell me in this point where the joke was. Then we'll continue.
But here,
I want you to tell me.
Go.
It's plain.
So you're demanding I tell you something as a gay man, right? Rich made it out to be that my opinion is more important than everybody else's opinion because I'm gay.
Of course, just like if I was talking to a Klan member and there was a bunch of white people and just me, my opinion is going to mean more. Yes, you are 100% right.
And then demanded that I give a specific opinion that he wanted, or I'm a token.
Where was the joke?
She was pointing out the irony of it burning down.
Okay, but where's the joke, though?
As I said, a joke may have been a wrong word, but pointing out irony.
But you've been holding on to joke until today. Now all of a sudden, it was a bad thing to say. But before,
pointing out irony is a form of joke. You can look up the definition of joke if you want. Irony in the situation is that the church had a gay pride event, and then shortly afterwards, it was struck by lightning and burned to the ground. That is the irony in the situation. So, from a religious person,
that's not a joke.
Pointing out the irony in it is a form of humor.
But you didn't check her for this, though. Why?
I don't have to
but
check
you checked
anybody.
Rich, though.
Because Rich said something personally homophobic to me.
So did she.
No, she did not.
She did not. Homophobic.
She said something to me personally. Travis Keys, me.
Okay. If you're just talking about he thought that you should talk about it, let's get past with the homophobia, okay? Let's
because
pump
that's
the brakes a little bit.
No, because
homophobia
that's
the
entire point of this
that
conversation.
I feel like you should have said something is a
You're
lot different. It's
interrupting me
a far
now.
cry. So do you think, and you don't have a problem with what she thinks of your people, that you all should die? You don't have a problem with that?
I'm not going to answer that question. I don't have to answer that question. Why do you expect me to answer that question?
You had to. I asked you, do you have a problem with this girl that wants all your people, LGBTQ+,
I'm not going to answer. There you go.
Die?
There's your answer.
Okay. And I didn't say you had to, right? That's not demanding. I asked you a question, and you said you won't answer it. Okay. Tell me how you want to change it.
My whole point is I don't have to act how you want to, and my motives are none of your business, okay? That's why I was saying that, okay?
Okay.
So what's going on in my
done.
brain?
All right.
What's going on in my brain is nobody's business, okay? And just because I don't ask somebody a question doesn't mean I agree with them. Doesn't mean I like what they said. Doesn't mean that I even like them, okay? I don't have to do anything. And the reason I didn't address any of that when I was actually on with her is because I didn't feel like I wanted to bombard our guests when this is my first job ever online. And it was only the 40th show online that I've ever done.
wouldn't have used that word. But if we were going to use a word as what you were in this position, that would be
was I brought on that episode just because I'm gay?
Definition has. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that a definition, every instance in the world has to fit that? Like it has to be exactly word for word?
What I'm telling you is you're reading the definition of token, a subway token. That's different than tokenism.
Okay, yeah.
Shall I read you the definition of token?
You fried, brother.
Token. Let's see the definition of that.
All right.
The definition of token, a thing serving as a visible or tangible representation of a fact, quality, or feeling. A voucher that can be exchanged for goods or services, typically one that be given as a gift or offered or promotion or offered, done for the sake of appearances or as a symbolic gesture. That's token, not tokenism. And the fact that you're using an intellectual fallacy to prove your point.
Okay, let's say
this:
that
you don't have a point.
I do have a point. I said you sat there and you were if you were black, I'd call you an Uncle Tom. And I'll call you a coon for doing what you did right there, not pressing that girl. That's what you were doing. You want to look up the definition of a coon or Uncle Tom? Webster? Look those up. If you don't like the word token, we'll change it up. Go against your own. Go ahead, say the last things. What do you got
I'm not going to do anything that anybody demands I do ever.
Buddy, then have a good night, and this was great. I'm not sitting here with that.
Approximately 2 months after these meltdowns, Travis would disappear from the Side Scrollers podcast and delete his accounts. Stutter and Craig would address that Travis was missing and he couldn't get in contact with him. Based on Craig's response, there seems to be some grievances behind the scenes where Travis was demoted from producer and host down to just a community manager, suspiciously right after his meltdowns on multiple streams.
A lot of you guys have been asking, well, someone's been missing from the show for the past month, and that's been Travis. So Travis has not been on the show for the past month, and we've missed Travis, to be totally honest with you. Want to kind of give you a rundown of kind of like why he's not on the show and where we're at and everything like there. So about a month ago, right after Blabs was coming back from vacation, I made the decision to make some changes to the roles of the show. Blabs is going to change to producer. Travis is going to change to a more to be determined community role. We were going to work together to figure out what that is. But with Travis's background in the community, I figured it makes sense. And my job, as you know, there's just a couple of us here. So my job is to put everybody in the best position to be successful. So talked to him about that. And there was, I'd say Travis was receptive to it. But also he was also upset about some comments that were said behind the scenes during so when we're streaming, we have a public chat where we can see you guys and also a private chat. This changing of roles and stuff really affected Travis, I'd say emotionally and mentally and physically as well. You guys know at the start of last month, we mentioned Travis was in the hospital, and he was, as far as I know, he was in the hospital for 5 days. That's what he had told me. So he, and my thought is like, man, I just want to make sure Travis is healthy. That's the most important thing across the board. So, it kind of cemented the idea of why we're making the changes on the show, because the producer role is a very fast-paced role. When something needs to be done, it needs to be done like instantaneously via Discord, via text, pretty much every way I would have traditionally got a hold of him. And I haven't heard back from him. So at this point, I just want him to be healthy. I don't know where I haven't had any conversation with him at all. So I don't know if he's healthy. I think he's healthy. I hope he's healthy, but he hasn't responded to me. This is way bigger than the show, and it's more about his health, and that's the most important thing to me. I know it's the most important thing to Blabs, and that's, whether he's a part of the show or not, I hope that he's a part of this community. I want him to be a part of this community. I've championed Travis literally from the start, and I've gone out of my way to have his back, and I will always have his back. So I hope he continues to be a part of this community. I hope he continues to be a part of the show. But I haven't heard from him, and the most important thing is that he is okay. So if anybody has had any contact with Travis, please let me know, because I haven't spoke to him. Like I said, I've texted him, I've DM'd him, no response. I texted him this morning, texted him a few days ago, and I've given him space to kind of think about things, but I hope I didn't give him too much space. So that's kind of where it's at.
With Travis missing, they would edit him out of the intro, cementing that he was off the show, potentially for good.
It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
Wow.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Keys.
Hi, guys.
Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
You decide when you lose, not other people.
And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the...
Since Travis has disappeared, our story ends here. As always, thank you for watching, consider subscribing, thank you for all my members, and shout out to Francisco Ramos Mejia.
I'm not just the gay guy.